Yo, Fake Radio. We out here. Special guest round two. Round two. Introduce yourself.
NC7TEEN
NC7TEEN.
had to spin back.
Had to come back for real.
Yes, sir.
Now they know we on video, so now they know what you look like.
Kinda.
Yeah. So I've seen you the last few times you performed. You've done this like covering. That's like your new?
Yeah, it's kind of like I'm saying on some David Bowie shit. I'm gonna keep coming up with new characters.
Keep coming up. All right. What inspired the eye covering?
For easy's sake, this is much easier than putting on all that makeup.
Yeah.
But for like the deeper meaning is, it's behind like. I'm playing right now with the concept of justice being blind and atonement for sins, and kind of like I saw this picture of a weeping Mary, like a lot of statues that have Mary have her eyes covered for like being blind to sins of oneself and being blind to the sins of the world. And that's something I'm trying to explore in my music in my next project. So that's kind of where this is coming from right now.
Yeah. And it's interesting. I saw you at the Viper Room, and you had the all white on, and then I saw you a week later at Adults Only. You had this kind of thing. Was that like that was the transition? Did you think about it? Did you like think of that during that week, or was that always like the plan to do the second Viper Room show? Was like
honestly, the only reason I did that second show is because the Viper Room cut my set short. They told me it was gonna be longer than what it was. So I was just like, I gotta finish it up, and then I was already planning on doing this character, and so I was just like, I guess good time to try it out.
Got you, right, because they did cut your set short.
Yeah, they did, but definitely there still will be this iteration of of what I'm doing, and the other iterations of past. So like I'll definitely still do the demon thing, but it's just nice to be able to do performances in different eras and have it be visually similar.
Yeah, you know Felix?
Felix
from like Van Buren? Who did the song with Tommy Richmond on the Brent Fives?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was like the first one who I did. He had like the bit, like he used to have like a mask on.
Yeah.
But he used to always perform with a mask. That was like his whole...
Exactly, trying to... A lot of cool people just trying to come up with something that's, a little... I feel like helps people... It's striking in image-wise, but it helps you also focus more on the music, and it all relates back to the music, so... Than just focusing on my actual face.
Yeah, absolutely. So last time we had you on, you had you were almost done with Fear No Evil. It's your debut album.
Yes.
2 years in the making. It's out now.
It is
phenomenal.
Thank you.
Work.
Thank you so much. I saw you put it on your top 10 albums of the year.
Yes,
that meant so much to me. Thank you. Thank you so much.
No, that was that, and that was like. That was purely because it was just in my top, like, Apple Music most listened to. It was just like, that's just... Thank you. That's what... And still to this, I think it's in the top. I
appreciate it.
That's just the music I be listening to is that's like a good...
What did you like so much about it?
I thought it was just very cinematic. I thought it was just, like, when it opened, because I didn't, like, when it came out, like, the first week, it was like the Thanksgiving weekend, so I was like, I didn't have time to listen to it.
Yeah.
And then Adamir came by, and he was like, I was like, I haven't listened to that, because also like my other homie Sailboat had an album, like just a lot of people.
Of course, yeah.
So then,
a lot of people's dropping.
So then, a lot of people dropped that day. Then Addy comes over, and I was like, oh, did you listen to the new NC7TEEN? He's like, bro, it's crazy. And then he played me the Kaivani track. So that was like the first song I heard was Blind Followers with Kaivani.
Wow.
And like I heard
that's one of the ones.
Yeah, and I heard like y'all going back and forth. I was like, oh, that's crazy. He got them going back and forth. And then I was like, I gotta just listen to this album. So then I put on the first song, and it was you and Diddy from the Note.
Yeah.
And y'all are going back and forth. I was like, oh, she's doing like multiple people going back like that.
Yeah.
That was crazy. The production was, and I know you did all that stuff too, and that's just hard to do. And the fact that like you did it like all 17, and there's like beat switches, and we're gonna get into all that, but
100%,
like I was just like that. This is a really impressive.
Thank you.
Body work.
When it comes to using features, I try to really utilize. I'm not gonna be like, okay, here's a 16 that I want you to fill in. I'm gonna be like, we're gonna sit and we're gonna figure out the track together. And you know, I like this. I like to interview people even before we start writing music and making music, being like, hey, this is what I'm feeling. What are you feeling? And how can we come together and make this fit into the narrative of the record? And you know, it just turns out like that. You know.
And also, like, because, you know, I've seen you perform, and I've heard, like, I think some of the songs I heard before, but it just sounded like, because it was just the band version that I was
exactly.
Like, oh, you really, like,
you know, and shout out to the whole band, because they're so important to the live experience and even to the recording experience. You know, Benny's integral to coming up with parts, you know, that I use, and then Elias, my guitarist, he helps come up with so many parts that we, you know, just record, you know, and just brings my productions to life now. And moving forward, you know, NC7TEEN is, you know, it used to just be me as an artist, but it's traveling more into just being more of a collective of us, because with their next project is much more collaborative. Because you know, I was like, damn, I can't do another 17 songs by myself. Like, I need help. So it's gonna, I think it's gonna be more of like us as a band, but I kind of want it to be moving forward like NC7TEEN. It's just like, you know, I want it to live even past when I'm done. You know, I want it to be like kind of like a group of individuals, and it can, you know, it can switch out collectively. And I might be the face of it currently, but it might be somebody else in like the next 5 years.
I fuck with that. And so you said in the first interview you were very meticulous with the features, but you have someone who's not you, Diddy from the Know, opening up the album. What was your thought process about having a different voice opening up your
That's
album?
A great question. Diddy embodied the entire narrative of the record to me, about being, you know, about the struggles of feeling like a demonized individual because you're black in America. Where he's from Fresno, and, you know, Fresno can get pretty crazy sometimes, and the experiences that he's, you know, brought to my attention, and the things that he's lived through, and the things that he's currently dealing with, I just knew that I wanted him to talk about those experiences, because I knew that would set up thematically what everything else I was going to talk about the rest of the album.
Got you.
Yeah.
And how'd you meet Diddy from the Know?
Damn, this is crazy. I used to live in I used my scholarship money to get this house for school in, where was it, Valencia, and I lived with this girl, this photographer, and he was basically friends with my roommate, and he came over one time, and like when I was working on my first album, Purgatory, I was working on a lot of those songs, and he just really fucked with one of the songs I was working with, and like I was sick that day, and I remember I was like literally throwing up on the ground, like in the middle of the night, and he came in at like 3 a.m, and he like literally straight up took care of me, and I was like, I have no idea who you are, but I appreciate you so much, and ever since then we just kept tapping in, and then like he kept coming out here, and I went to, you know, recently went out to Fresno, and we just like always kept in touch, and over time that just became my brother. I just talked to him the other day. That's really my brother.
Yeah. And I listened to his other music. It's a lot of like West Coast.
Yeah, very West Coast. Yeah.
So it's very different, and that's another thing I like is like what West Side Gun is one of my favorite artists, and like anytime he has like features, it's like completely it's always that share is gonna fall. No, it's not. Every time he has feet, they always kind of like go along with like I'm like, oh, this is your interpretation of the like production and kind of style that, and that's how I felt like Diddy from the Know really interpreted it.
I feel that because I actually we recorded that at Jason Derulo's house when I used to work there. And
wait, Jason who?
Jason Derulo.
Jason Derulo. Okay. I thought I misheard, but you actually.
Yeah. So we recorded at his crib, and he was so scared, and he was because it was metal guitars as the intro, and he was like, I have no idea how to rap over this. Like I rap over West Coast beats, and I was like, bro, just be you. Like that's the way you hitting a West Coast beat. Just hit these guitars. Yeah. And that was a hard concept for him to grasp. But once we got him into the flow of it, it was like an aha moment.
Yeah.
Shout out to Diddy.
Super cool. Diddy from the Know. And wait, so did Jason Derulo hear that song?
Nah, he didn't. It was.
Damn.
I used to work as an intern at his crib.
Got you.
And basically, engineer from time to time over there.
Gotcha.
Yes, like in the payment was if we were just watching the house, the payment would be from time to time. Just you could record there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what we did.
Cool. That's cool.
Yeah. Shout out to Kyle.
Uh-huh.
Kyle, he's the one who actually audio. He recorded Diddy's whole part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Fear No Evil. That's the name of the album.
Yeah.
Song title track. That's track 2.
Yeah.
What was the story of that song? Why'd you name the album that? What was the?
Got you.
Yeah.
Damn. Fear No Evil was probably one of the first songs I created for the project.
Right. Yeah.
I really like religious iconography and like alliterations in my music or allusions in my music. So I came up with that. I kind of came up with the synth chord part, and I thought it sounded like I don't know. I just thought it sounded really triumphant, but I wanted to talk about something that I feel like I had to overcome. And that was kind of the problem of like how I viewed myself and like how I viewed other people, how I viewed myself in my space in my own community, and how I also sometimes viewed other people in my community being like, or how people viewed us. So Fear No Evil is just by being like, even though we're portrayed, or black people can be portrayed as evil, we're not evil people. We're nothing to fear. We're human beings just like you and me. And so that kind of inspired the whole story of the track line.
Yeah.
And then like even with the lyrics, it's it's basically like how people portray you being like, people be like, oh, you lacking because you ain't got a gun. They want to see me like have a Mac 10 or like just talking about the things that play. I wrote it during I wrote it as a poem during the whole height of BLM.
Right.
So
so during 2020.
Exactly, during 2020. I wrote it, but I didn't come up with the beat until much later.
Got you.
So
got you. That's cool. Do a lot of the songs that you write come from poetry that you?
Yeah, because that's what I used to start off doing. I used to just do poetry.
Got you.
And then I was like, I have to become a songwriter or something so I can get these out in like a less corny way.
Yeah.
So.
Damn, I fuck with poetry.
I still do. That's how most of my songs start out as just sonnets and stuff.
Yeah. Cool. And I got one of my favorite songs off the project, "Let You Down." What's the story of that song?
Let You Down. Okay. It was about a dream that I had about how I was. I'm just gonna be graphic. It was a dream about how I got lynched one time. And I think it's because my father told me a story of how one time when he was 5 years old, he was almost lynched, and he was chased by a mob of a white man wherein he used to live out in, when he first moved out to California. And it was like some dad lore shit, like he didn't tell us that till like hella later in life, and I was like, that's a crazy experience that I feel like really shaped you as an individual that you just did not ever tell us. And so I kind of that kind of informed that song, and that dream informed that song of like, like kind of just a form of like retaliation, kind of like the violent urges to fight against depression, even though that's not always the correct answer. And like I'm saying, if I choose a violent path, I'll let my mother down. Even though there's even though that can be urges, there's better things to do than that.
Cool. If you could describe this album in one word, what would that word
be? Rage.
Rage.
Because that's what really based off the whole. Because I wanted to make a rage album based off like using rage beats, but like also adding more instrumentation to it and have it. Because I was like, there's so much you can do here, Because I felt like a lot of people at the time were just making it like, we just gonna rap, we just gonna like just talk about whatever, which is cool. I fuck with it, but I wanted to actually talk about things that enraged me and put it into that genre of music.
Yeah. Cool. And you got Bleach Sun on the album?
I did.
How'd you meet Bleach? I know how Jaden told his story of how he met Bleach. How'd you meet Bleach?
I met Bleach Son through I met Bleach Son and Jaden through an old friend of ours, a mutual friend of ours.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, we met. We were all on the same album, and then we all met up for an album cover shoot. And then that's the first time I met all of them in person. But I've knew about Bleach Son before I even met them.
Right.
Like I was looking up to them, trying to make music like them.
Got you.
For the longest. Yeah, they're revolutionary minds.
And they had a great song.
Yes, that was a beautiful feature. Same thing. We it was at Jason Derulo's house too. I recorded every feature the same day.
Oh, every single feature.
Every feature,
So Kaivani.
Except for I re-recorded Kaivani's part.
Yeah.
And except for Fear the Reaper and 9 Life Riot. Those are all the people that
the last song that those were recorded.
Everyone else, like, we went in before, and like I would sit with them and I would talk to them and like set it up, and then we would record like a demo version of it. But that was the day we finalized everything.
Yeah. Got you.
Yeah.
So
it was like a 12-hour session, and we finalized everything.
So no one. That's like a thing that people just pull up to Jason Derulo's house and just record.
Not anymore. I think we're not allowed back after some shit, but it's okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, Jason. But no, essentially, because I like that feeling of community. I wanted to feel like this was a community project. As much as this was like my project, I want like I love collaboration. So I wanted to feel like we are all here for a purpose to hype each other up and get shit going.
It shows like every time, like it shows that y'all like recorded in the same day.
It makes it feel really cohesive in my opinion.
Yeah. For sure. And so you had Kaivani going back and forth on Blind Followers too. So did y'all kind of come up with that stuff together? Because I know he was saying a lot of stuff. How'd you kind of?
Yeah. So with that we I had a concept when I did my interview with Kaivani and we were talking about current events in his life, and I wanted to talk about negative father figures or just negative figures that inspires the cycle of abuse or violence or like gang culture. And so I wanted him to be that awful figure, and I was the response to what that was going to be. So everything that he says is what the father figure was doing to me, and I'm the response of like how is that gonna negatively affect me moving on in life.
Right. Okay. Because like when I first heard it, and some of the other I kind of like interpreted it like it was like a devil in your head. Kind of.
Exactly.
Okay. That's
But I was like I kind of like same thing. Like I wanted him to be the vocal embodiment of bad influence.
Yeah. I see. What's the story? Another one of my favorites. Soul Not For Sale. What's the
Soul Not For Sale. That's one of my favorite songs.
Yeah.
Soul Not For Sale. That one is basically about, as you get into like this industry, people are really gonna try to commodify your individuality or commodify your blackness and use that as something that could be sold. And that song was basically being like even if someone's trying to sell that, like you can't make me become something that I'm not. I'm going to be authentic. And I talk about a lot of things in that song specifically pertaining to that subject, but the mainly the chorus part is about like me as a person. I'm not for sale. I'm not going to be a slave to the music industry. I'm going to be authentic, and I'm going to do everything in the way that I see that I want to portray myself. Yeah,
that's cool. And let's see, how'd you meet Castleman 1976?
Same shit. We all met that same day. We all met in person the same day, where I met Bleach Son and I met...
Okay, you met him too? Like,
we all met the same... That's crazy. We all met the same day, and we kind of just been... Yeah, Castleman and I have a very interesting history. Because we made a lot of music together. They've gone through a lot in life as well. They have, unfortunately, they've had a long battle with like mental illness. So
Shit, okay.
I know we haven't been able to, work together for like a long time, but just they are one of the most creative people. They release like an album every week. And like they're one of the most creative. Like sometimes it'll be the most out left field, but then you'll be like, this is a really creative project.
Yeah.
And so I just knew that I wanted that creativity, and I love their voice. I love their tone, and I knew that I wanted that on Simon Says.
Yep.
Because that's also that's a direct response to. That's a direct response to the song "Blind Followers."
Yeah.
Because it's talking about the same thing, but as at an older level. At an older level, instead of you being influenced by your father figure, you're being influenced by the people around you. Being like, oh man, my homie's doing this, so I got to do that. But you don't gotta.
Yeah. True shit. Okay, and you had Jaden.
Yes.
On the album. You were also in Jaden's short film.
Yep.
And you
shout out to short film. Shout out Knox.
Yep, Knox.
Another incredible record.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Knox. He was on Fake Radio.
Yeah.
Hour and 45-minute interview. Then 2 weeks later, he drops a short film. Like crazy. Yeah. But every single person who I show the short film, because I've been showing that to everyone, it's incredible.
It's awesome.
If you haven't checked it out, check it out.
Please check that shit out.
Yeah.
You can see my real face.
You can, yeah. But every single person I show it to, always cracking up with your, like, they love your, like, do you got a dick in your throat? Like, it's everyone. Like,
nah, because the funny thing about Jaden is that Jaden, he was like, I'm gonna write this short film, but I'm gonna have y'all just play characters as if you was really playing yourselves. Yeah. He was like, everything that you're gonna write is like, I'm imagining if it's a section of your personality. So it wasn't really, I'm not an actor, I can't really act. Yeah. But that was my role, because Jane let me just be a facet of myself in that. And that let the comedy come through with it.
Yeah. And your boy who does your videography, he shot that too, right?
Yes, Ryan Galvez. Shout out Ryan. It's his birthday today. Happy birthday, Ryan Galvez.
Oh wait, hold up. No way. Do we I feel like it was his birthday last time we recorded too.
Was it? It might have been a year ago, exactly. Was it?
I know he got into like a car accident, but I think you also mentioned that.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh my God, I forgot about that.
I think you mentioned, but I think you also mentioned that it was his birthday. Like, his birthday, you definitely mentioned his birthday.
Damn, I did?
Yeah.
Fucking full circle, deja vu type shit. That's crazy.
I know we mentioned the double XL cover last year, and then the double XL cover, the new one just dropped. So I think it's close to exactly a year since we did that.
Awesome, wow.
Yeah.
That's what's up,
full
shit.
Circle, yeah. But other than the album, you've been doing a lot of stuff, going on tour.
Yes.
You're audio engineer on tour.
Yes.
You did BB Rexha, right?
No, I've not. I've done work for BB Rexha, but not gone on tour with her. I've done Ava Max. I've done Tinashe.
Gotcha.
And I've done mainly Pink Panthers.
Pink Panthers, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw you audio engineering for the Pink show. Yep. I was I was near the audio booth, so I saw you like in the.
You saw what I was doing?
Yeah, I saw a little bit. I saw like the top of your head, and then when she brought out Steve Lacy, I saw you like bopping. I was like, yeah, you don't see this every day.
No, you don't. That was an awesome experience. Yeah, that's been a very informative experience, being able to do this for work. Basically, what I do is playback. So like and then I do her auto tune. So.
Oh, you do auto tune too. Okay.
Yeah, so I'll get her tracks and then work with music directors and musicians, and we'll make the live versions of the tracks and record in parts, extend songs and shit. And that's been very informative in my music making process, being like because I get all the stems of like everybody's tracks, and I get like stems from tracks, and I'm like, how do they do this? And now I know how they do that. So that's been helping me become a better producer and a better writer. And then even talking with Pink, she's shown me her writing process. She's been able to give me pointers and tips, and so it's been it's been very helpful, and she's a great person.
Yeah, because y'all have a relationship.
Yeah. That's the homie. She's awesome.
Yeah. And I've seen you with the openers too, BK the Ruler, Kani.
Yeah, they're also awesome. Shout out BK.
Yeah.
Shout out
my favorite artists right now.
Yeah, shout out Kani. Kani just dropped he's dropping a bunch of new music, and that shit's fire. Yeah. He is a very talented, very, very talented individual. BK too. She is exciting. That's the best way I could describe her. She's just always, everything she does is exciting.
And so what are like you mentioned it before, what are the main lessons you've learned from the tour?
on tour.
Yeah.
Really, keep a level head because a lot of crazy shit goes on all the time.
Yeah. What's the craziest thing that's happened?
Oh man.
Do you have to sign NDAs?
I have to sign an NDA. I can't even talk
okay,
about it. But just know that it's always crazy. I mean, we have
memory shit.
Yeah, we have fun. We have fun.
Yeah.
But sometimes you gotta be like, oh man, I'm also working, so I gotta stay.
Yeah.
I gotta stay true to myself, and I gotta stay true on that path.
Yeah.
But shit's dope because it's just nice to be around. I can say this. I think the craziest thing is when we went bowling, and I went bowling with one girl. It was this artist named Dina, just rapper named Dina.
Yeah.
BK and Pink, and I was like, wow, these are some of the most important female artists of our time, and I'm just getting to kick it with them.
Yeah. Were you there? I know like a lot of people.
Oh, are you talking about the picture?
Yeah.
With Tyler.
With an Ice Spice.
Yeah. I was there. That was after the Brooklyn show.
Right. Yeah. I saw people being like the big three for like so like.
That was
a big picture right
yeah.
there.
Tyler's crazy like in person. You're just like, this isn't even a real individual. Like she looks like a doll is not a good way to describe it, but she looks like almost like AI.
Yeah,
whoever does her makeup, they're doing a great job.
Yeah, is it trippy talking to Pink Panthers too? Because when I was at the live show, like every time she flipped her hair, like the audience would go crazy. I was like, damn, people really
like. She's awesome. I don't know how to describe this. Like when you get really close to somebody, you just realize that they're a normal person.
You don't
like we've had a bunch of long conversations just talking about like normal everyday shit.
Yeah,
like she's talking to me about like her life and like her aspirations and dreams and goals,
cool.
And then like it's crazy seeing someone like as like an artist because you idealize them and you think that they're a completely different way.
Yeah,
and like she reminds you like one of my cousins. She's just chilling. She's really dope. Yeah.
Does she and the other artists do they fuck with your music too?
She actually really fucks with my artistry.
Okay.
She told me that a while ago. Like she like found my page on her own merit.
Oh,
and like,
wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And then she was like, wow, she's like, you're really doing something different. And I really appreciate that. Because she also used to be anonymous. So she appreciated that part of it. And everyone taps in now and then. I haven't shown her any of the new shit that I'm working on, but I can't wait to because I know she's going to like it. Because honestly, some of her writing techniques helped me come up with a lot of stuff that I'm working on right now.
Yeah. And now, when I talked to you like a while back, you said that your favorite when you did your first U.S. tour, you said your favorite city was Boston.
Yes, it was.
Why was Boston your favorite?
Well, Boston during the summertime. I don't know how it is during the wintertime, so I want to go now, because it was just a very well planned, incorporated city. Like wherever I was at, it was I just loved the scenery. It was absolutely beautiful. It was green.
It's beautiful.
Like the river was lit. I was like, wow, the people seem.
Charles River.
Yeah. People seem nice. It just was. I just love the skyline. I really like architecture, and y'all have beautiful architecture out there.
Got that. Yeah. Yep.
So that was dope.
Yep. Boston. And so you've gone all around the world. Now, what's your favorite city like in the world that you've been to?
I really like Berlin.
And
I really liked I like Dublin. The motherfuckers in Dublin, they'll get you lit as fuck. Like I went to like a pub and like they was just giving me shot after shot after shot. I was like, okay, I didn't have to pay for shit. They were like, you look like somebody. We gonna turn you out. I was like, I appreciate y'all. But yeah, there's a lot of places I'm excited to go throughout the rest of the year. Like I'm gonna go to the Netherlands in a week, so that's gonna be fun. I'm gonna go to Japan, and I'm gonna go to Australia. So I'm really excited to see what the rest of the world is like too.
Yeah. And this is your first time at these locations?
Yes, it is.
Exciting.
So it's gonna be cool.
Exciting. Does your like sense of time get like fucked up because it's a lot of time?
All the time. Yeah. I barely know when to sleep. Like I be just napping like for 3-hour increments throughout like the day now.
Yeah. And you mentioned you're close with Pink Panthers, close with BK and Kenny. But I'm assuming you got like the whole team. Those are like family.
Yeah, I'm very close to the band.
Yeah.
That's the people who I'm closest to.
Got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you're on tour, it's kind of like everyone really becomes your family. Like the openers. Like I wouldn't say I'm very close to BK, but when you're on tour, you become really close.
Right.
At the time being, and you know, because like you're locked in, you see each other every day,
Yeah,
and you know you just get to know more and more about each other, and it's just dope getting to meet these people and like you know building that temporary family.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I'm assuming like when you're in a new city, new country, you're like
we explore together and shit.
Yeah, it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
Like what do I
Yeah.
What do y'all do like a tour bus? Do y'all do the tour bus? Yeah.
Tour bus for our last tour we did a tour bus.
Yeah.
When we do festivals, we just kind of you know do like hotels and shit. But like the most recent festival we did, Gazebo Fest, it didn't end up happening because of like weather. But I got to meet.
Really?
Yeah, I got to meet so many cool people like
Jack Harlow.
I got to meet Benny X.
Yep.
I got to meet Omar Apollo.
Wow.
And like you know, again, it demissed. Oh, Malcolm Todd.
Yeah.
You know who that is?
I've heard the name.
Check out Malcolm Todd. They're really dope.
Yeah.
And like it demystifies the fact that it's not that far out of reach. Like it's just kind of like hard work and just you know just creating good shit.
Yeah, because all those people you just met, like they're all around like your age, our age, you know, 20s. Yeah, they're all. You know, everyone's in it together.
Yep.
Word. So you dropped 2 newer songs, Blank Checks, Memories. Those are the lighter tracks. Is the next project gonna be in a lighter manner than Fear No Evil?
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be more inspired by. I'm trying to really mix. Well, we're really trying to mix like 80s music, like Quincy Jones era, like Michael Jackson's Thriller. Type sounds with modern hip hop. That's kind of where we're taking it.
I see.
You know, Blank Checks, that kind of was just like a track that like I came up with and cooked up in like a day, and I was like, this is fire, I need to put this out. And then Memory, the Memory, that was something like I would try to take a stab at producing like a jerk type instrumental, and then you know added some guitars to it at the end, added some embellishments, and try to make it a little more musical, and that's where that kind of ended up going. It's not really about nothing, but it was a good exercise in like, you know, trying different things with my vocals. Yeah.
And you've been on the road, so you've been working a lot. But is the new album coming soon?
Yes, new album is coming soon. I can't tell you when because I don't know when, but I know that it's coming out very soon. I'm trying to make it at least 9 tracks, be more concise, and you know, much more. It's gonna be way more. A lot more genres will be explored. Is I think the thing I can say. It's not gonna be like a complete just like a rage trap album. It's gonna be, you know, definitely working on some straight up pop songs. Working on some just straight up rock, blues inspired tracks. You know, still has that influence of like underground hip hop, but you know, definitely it's gonna have a lot more. It's gonna have a lot more versatility. Because you know, I started off. I'm a studier of pop music first and foremost. Like I love the new Charlie XCX album.
You were talking about that.
Yes, and like, you know, that's been really informing the stuff. Like more trying to just make one genre of music because you know I got ADHD, so I gotta make everything. And
a lot of features on this one too. No. This one's featureless.
Maybe one feature.
One feature. Okay.
Trying to get one feature from this artist named Ivy Onyx. She's this singer that I found. She actually followed me on TikTok for a while, but I actually looked at her demos. And like they're amazing. She has an amazing voice. And I'm waiting to finish the song that I want, and I'm gonna present it to her, and hopefully I can get that feature. That's the only feature I want.
Cool. Word. And let me think. One question. Oh, what's the story behind Call to Arms? That's a very personal.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn. That is a very personal song. Let me think about. Okay. How do I say this? Call to Arms was about. It is about my relationship again with the music industry, but I wanted to base it like a real relationship.
Got you. Okay. Cool.
You know, like the whole, cause like when you're chasing a dream, the dream can give you everything, and it can take it all if it doesn't go your way exactly.
Right.
Or like it could take so much of your being like, damn, what did I do to actually get to this place? That you're like, damn, like I lost myself and I kind of lost my way. And you know, I just wanted to be like, sometimes being a artist that is so focused and driven, it can be like it can be a toxic relationship.
Yeah.
And that's kind of, that's the basis of it.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's good. Also, I forgot to ask you the last time we had an interview.
Yeah.
What's the story behind 5th of July? That song goes.
Okay, yeah.
Did you actually have
I did have a real meaning to that, and this is funny because I have this homegirl who had this. She's in a great relationship now.
Yeah.
Shout out her boyfriend. You've been treating her great. Cool. But her ex-boyfriend was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And I kind of wrote it back from her perspective of leaving that relationship. That's basically
cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I fuck with that when artists have like people who they know and something happens to them and they like write it.
Yeah, that's
just
straight
up.
That's
how inspiration comes. Like,
yeah.
I feel like people aren't. Like,
I was like, you are going through the ringer. I'm about to write a banger out of that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Cool. Was it intentional dropping Fear No Evil on November 17th because it's 17 songs?
Yes.
That wasn't okay.
I only drop on the 17th.
You only drop on the
It's on the 17th.
I haven't noticed that, but okay.
It's either the 17th or I'll do the double number, so it'll be like 2/2 or 2/17, that kind of thing.
Because you do be dropping on like Sundays and.
Yeah, I'll drop. It's kind of whenever. I don't really like dropping on fucking. I don't like dropping on like Fridays.
Yeah. Got you.
You know, because everyone's dropping on Fridays, but that's kind of the basis behind it. Kind of, I like numbers and shit, so I kind of keep consistent, or at least I try to put something out every 17th.
Got you. That song WeHo goes hard too with the two with the two dudes you had on the.
Thank you, with Kenzo and Cho.
Kenzo and Cho, yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a one night little recording session that we were just like, this is some fun shit.
Yeah.
Let's put it out.
Yeah. Relationship still cool with them, I'm assuming.
Of course, yeah.
No,
talk to them every day. Those are my brothers. Yeah. I just talked to Kenzo before I got here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big thing. And Jaden got the movie. When's the NC7TEEN movie coming out?
We actually do want to show him a short horror film. Me and Jaden were talking about this.
Yeah.
We gotta really sit down and do it when I have time.
Yeah.
But I do want to do a horror flick based off of the Fear No Evil character.
Yeah, gotcha. Because that is a character. That is an alter ego character. Yeah.
So I think that will be a fun. I'm working on a script. And I just gotta really sit down. Hopefully that can be done before the end of the year. But that's something I really want to do because I do love film. Not as much as Jaden, but it's a medium. I love visual medium.
Yeah. What's your favorite horror film?
That's a good question.
I got two actually. What's your favorite horror film of all time, and then what's your favorite horror film of the last like couple of years?
That part.
That part, yeah.
I really like. I like The Thing, the OG The Thing.
Okay, that's a good one.
Alien 2, I kind of like more claustrophobic kind of films that have a lot of ambiance to it.
Yeah.
Recent horror film that I really like. I love what Jordan Peele's doing, but that's kind of like tame. Like Nope's kind of tame. Like what's the one where they like? They were living. It was underground and oh my god, I'm blanking on the name.
The 10 Cloverfield.
No. This was like it wasn't Smile, even though Smile's scary as fuck.
Oh wait.
They were under. It was like this. The girl got abducted and she was underground, and it was like really like it was so dark. Oh my god, I'm blanking on it, but it was one of my favorites.
Oh wait, hold up. Nah, was it? It was like funny too.
Kind of funny, and like the monster was like a baby mama.
Oh yeah.
Like,
that was fucking. Why I know exactly.
You know what I'm talking about?
It's from the guy who did The White Boys Are Trash or the comedy. I know exactly what it is. It's the one with Bill Skarsgård.
Yes.
I know exactly what it is. I'll say something. That
first half of that movie is amazing. Second half gets a little campy, but the first half of the movie is amazing.
That's a good movie.
Hereditary. That's a good answer. Hereditary or Insidious.
That's yep.
Yeah. There you go. But that was the one that just came to my mind that I recently saw that I really fucked with.
People give me shit. I'm one of the people who I'm not a huge Hereditary fan. That's always
that's all right.
Yeah, no.
That's all right.
That's always the one. That's like a hot take.
Yeah.
I fuck with all the rest of it. I love Midsommar, but
honestly, the Red Demon from Hereditary. I mean, not from Hereditary. From Insidious. Did actually inspire a lot of the look.
Got you. Yeah. Yeah, the album cover is crazy too.
Thank you. That was shot by Lionel.
Lionel.
I forget your at, bro. It's like Chief TV or something.
Did you do the one with you? Because you mentioned, and then it came out the one with you in the white tub.
Yes. Yeah. Lionel has done all of my covers.
Got you. See, I thought that was gonna be the cover, and then you come out with the other.
Yeah, I thought that was gonna be the cover too, but then I was nah, I'm gonna do something crazier.
Yeah, because that is a little
I wanted something more like hot. You know, that felt too elegant at the time because that was before I really hammered down the concept of what it was gonna be.
Yeah.
But I knew that I was like I want to go down with this imagery, and then that was the final look.
No, because anytime I show people are like, "Whoa!" With
exactly right.
That's the you got the intended.
Exactly. I want you. You're like, what the fuck is this gonna sound like?
Yeah. And prolific producer. I see you produce. I know you produced the song for the intro track off our Lena's project. Do you have other artists who you're trying to produce with, trying to get in the studio with on some production?
Yeah. Everybody that you probably know, I've done some sort of production for. It's been mainly keys. I've been helping Kaivani executively produce their upcoming album.
Yep. Okay. I heard some of that recently, actually.
Yeah. So that has been me and Kaivani will be like, I've made 20 tracks today. And we'll sit through everyone and we'll be like, let's go through this. Let's figure out how we can make these songs better, because I really wanted to help them make a really concise album, because I really fuck with. Yeah. I feel like they're reaching their the peak of their artistic potential with their upcoming record.
No, they're crib. I was at the crib with them the other day, and they recorded a song. I'll play it for you after this, actually.
Yeah, please.
And they did it in like an hour and a half, and I was like, this crazy. Like, I would listen to this.
Yeah, they're a crazy producer.
Yeah.
They just got their own sound, and I respect that so much. When someone can go through the ringer and like make a bunch of, because you got to make a bunch of trash before you can really hammer in something really unique, and just them every day recording a bunch of songs.
Yeah.
And finally getting to that point, I just have to respect. I have to sit back and respect it.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Word. Well, would you? So that's enough. Would you ever like record a song or an album where you're not the producer, just talk on someone else's?
Yeah. I do most of the time. Yeah,
I mean, you work with.
I work with a lot of people, but most of the time, like that kind of is the case. Like, I have a lot of features I think up that are gonna be coming out. That is not my own production, but cool. I prefer if I'm working on it. It's my song, I'm gonna be producing it.
Right.
If it's under the name of NC7TEEN, it's gonna be produced at least by somebody in the camp.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, final question. What's your if you have a answer, what's your favorite song you've ever recorded?
Out has been Countdown to Nova.
Yeah.
That is a very personal song. That is a song about the passing away of an artist that used to be on an underground label. It used to be called the name was Masai Cole, and I wrote that for my friend Blaze, who's also on the project.
Right. Yeah.
Because I wrote it because when they passed, it's a very hard time for everybody. Yeah. It's especially very hard time for Blaze. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to write a track, being like, even though people will be gone and that it may cause depression, like things will be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Not Out is probably a song that I have coming out called Crowded Room, and that's a very important song to me, and I think it's one of my best written songs ever. Cool. I'm excited for y'all to hear that one when it comes out. Yeah.
There you go. And you're very like known in the California music scene. Like, I'll just be at like random parties, and then people be like, I like this kind of music, and I was like, oh yeah, my friend NC7TEEN, and they're like, oh yeah, I know who that. I'm like,
that's crazy.
Like,
I mean, the name and the brand is growing.
For real.
So that's very humbling. It's very it's just something's happening, and
And you got the right crew around you. So
I do. I'm blessed to have the people that I do around me, like yourself as well.
There you go. Appreciate it. You have any final advice for the people at home watching? Final words.
Yeah. Everything around you and that you interact with, from the clothes on your back to the salt on your table, is a product of somebody's dreams coming to fruition. So everything that we see is the product of somebody's hopes and hard work becoming reality. So your dreams are not that as far away as you think.
Cool. That's powerful stuff. Well, thank you so much for coming back on the show.
Hey man, thank you.
Yep. NC7TEEN, Ras Kills, Free Palestine.
Free Palestine. Always. Free the Congo.
For real, free the Congo too.
Yeah.
Shout out Jimmy K Feds and the Squeak Squad. And we are out.
Peace.
Peace out.